Hey babes, and welcome back to Jazz's Angel Number Tarot. I'm super excited for today's reading because today we are being proactive, okay? We love a proactive queen, and we are doing a career, finance, and money reading for the month of August 2019. It'll probably be tomorrow that I'll post one for love, and then the next day I'll post one for like an overall reading of everything kind of going on in your life, what to expect in the month of August for you. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, DM my Instagram. I do private readings. They're just $20. Come up off that $20. I keep telling y'all. And you can ask the tarot whatever question you want, but for now, okay, we are about to get into this tea. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4, and they're all clear quartz, so you don't even have to worry your pretty little head about being attracted to the colors. Just take a deep breath and pick the pile that connects with you the most. Follow your intuition, and we're about to get into the tea. Alright, group 1. So again, this is a reading for career, moolah, okay, that money, that guap, whatever way you want to put it, that bread, that quaint. There's so many words for money. This is a reading for that in the month of August for you. So let's get into it. Alright, so we have emotional loss, shadow, the 9 of cups, the 6 of coins, and the 4 of staffs. So let me show you these cards and we'll get right into it. Emotional loss and shadow. And we have the 9 of cups, the 6 of coins, and the 4 of staffs in reverse. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So first of all, I think that you guys are kind of going to be going through a transformation in your pockets in the month of August. And I think that because first of all, we're starting off heavy kind of with an emotional loss card, so that tells me really what brings you to like a financial gain is something that you've been through. I know I've had experiences with that. Whenever I go through a really bad breakup, I tend to like cut my hair, change my hair, get a piercing, like things always change, and we're talking about finances, right? So definitely like the pain that you experience is going to be what helps you kind of move forward and finally get some things done that you know you've always wanted to do. I just want to touch on this. I know this is not a love reading, but I just want to touch on this because it can affect your finances. First of all, your emotions can always affect your finances. You can block the bread from coming to you, okay, if you're in a low vibrational, emotional, depressive kind of state. So this is definitely important to address. But we have the shadow card. The shadow card is all about your shadow self, right? Humans, there's good in us, there's bad in us. You have to acknowledge the bad though, and I think that's really what, you know, this card is telling you. I'm not sure if you've been through something emotionally recently, and it doesn't even have to be in a relationship. This could be with family. This can even be past tense, guys. This is just emotional loss that made you kind of feel like you're lacking something. You've got to address the bad to get to the good. So you have to address, even if we put it in money terms, you have to address that you don't have everything you need in order to get to a place where you do have everything you need. So you may be like one of those people who don't like to ask people for help. You don't like to feel like a burden, and you don't want anyone to help you. You want to do everything yourself, but you have to acknowledge your shortcomings. You have to acknowledge, I'm not where I want to be though. You have to acknowledge I can't do everything by myself in order to get to a place where you're actually flourishing, and then you can do most of everything by yourself, But in terms of relationships, this card is really about like, truly moral people are, it's what really shows when someone is moral, right, is if they have the opportunity to take revenge after they've been put in a state where they feel like they've lost something. It's like when someone does you dirt, right? Do you take revenge or do you not? Well, if you're truly a moral, good person, if you truly live in this light, then you don't do that. But you have to acknowledge the feeling to want to. You have to acknowledge everything that you want to do. And here's the thing. For me, in my background specifically, my family, they're all quite religious, right? But I had to acknowledge that there was a part of me that, you know, didn't want to go on the path that they wanted me to when I started to read tarot. And I've always felt like there was this part of me that was more spiritual than religious in that way. And I had to acknowledge that. And now I absolutely love what I do. I really do. But I had to acknowledge my shadow self. I couldn't just, you know, say everything is good, everything is peachy, I am fine with this, because I wasn't. So you have to acknowledge every part of yourself is what I'm saying. So if there's a part of you that, you know, maybe you're a little bit lazy, I don't know, maybe, you know what I'm saying, you're so focused on something else that you can't even or won't focus on your finances, you've got to acknowledge the parts where you maybe you know, come a little short, so to speak, in order to, you know, really flourish and get to the bag, honey. So I'm seeing that this is a transformation process because you're going to have to really take a look at a lot of things to progress in your career. You're going to have to take a look at, okay, I know I want this, but am I willing to do everything that I have to do to get it, right? Let's get into the other cards. I kind of got on the tangent on the oracle cards. So this Nine of Cups, so close. So close to having all 10 cups. So close, right? You're so close to what it is that you want. I'm just going to jump over to the end where we have the Six of Coins, because this is really the outcome of the end of August for you guys. Six of Coins, as you can see, if you look at the card, he's got 6 coins in his hand, and you've kind of got someone in need, and they're kind of, you know, reaching out, and he's just placing those coins into the other person's hands, right? So you're going to be in a place not only where you're good, you have enough, but where you have enough to give, right? So, you know, you may have not had the best upbringing and you've always wanted to, you know, kind of support your family and be there for them, but you don't know how. You're going to get there. But the reason that I got so stuck on this stuff right here is because you're going to have to acknowledge your reality to get there. You're going to have to acknowledge not only your reality but your willingness to kind of move forward so you can get to the bag. Okay, honestly, I'm getting the idea that there's some resistance here. There's resistance somewhere, and quite honestly, I think it's more of an effort kind of thing with this Four of Staffs. I see that, you know, you want to level up, you want to move up, and I do see movement, but really in this spread, this is more about like a transitional life lesson kind of period. Honestly, I see that you're so close. So if you feel like you're far from your goal, well, for you, that would mean that something's about to change rather quickly, and something's about to really enter your life that makes it super easy to kind of make things happen that you want in terms of career and finances and money. So you may be running into some abundance. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go to the casino now, but you may want to play some numbers or something, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you're so close, but there's just resistance, and this resistance with this card being in reverse, you know, it's resistance to the celebration, it's resistance to the finish line, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you know where you want to be, but there's some doubt maybe that you can get there, some doubt that you deserve to be there. There's, you know, some resistance to do everything that you have to do to get the bag. What is the bag for you? That's also something to address as well. You know, everyone's dream isn't to drive a Mercedes and to, you know, live in a mansion. That's not my dream. My dream, ultimate abundance for me, is to be able to travel the world, and I don't care if I stay in my same, you know, home that I'm in now. I don't care, because first of all, I love where I am, and second of all, for me, it's not about the money. It's just about, as long as I have enough to travel, that's what's going to make me happy. So just know that the bag is different for everyone, right? And you've got to address what it means to you, but you can't resist it. And, you know, you may be having some issues kind of getting things moving, some issues with manifestation, and I think it stems from this emotional loss, because this Four of Staffs is a card of celebration, it's a card of happiness, but you know, you may have to go to the past, and retrograde makes it very easy to do that, honey. It kind of like really pushes you to look behind at the past, the things that you've kind of wanted to forget and didn't want to address, but you have to address every part of you, you know, to get to that ultimate success. Honestly, yeah, DM my Instagram if you want a private reading. I would love to read your situation for absolute filth, honey, because I'm really interested in your group. It's like it gave me so much, but I still have so many questions. So even if you just want to spill some tea, go ahead and DM me. My Instagram's in the description below. Other than that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below what video you want to see next. Again, yeah, check back in the rest of the week, because I'm uploading a love reading for August, and I'm uploading like a overall kind of August, like everything, all the tea. So that'll be coming very soon. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and if you picked another group, well, we'll get into that next. But for now, we are going to move on to group 2. Okay, what is the bag looking like for you in the month of August? Are you having a city girl summer? Let me know. Are you having a hot boy summer? Let me know. Okay, and yeah, so we're gonna get into career, finances, all of the tea. So let's just get right into it. All right, group 2. So we have the base chakra. Moving on, the 2 of Staffs, the 9 of Staffs, and the Emperor in reverse. Okay, let me show you these cards and we'll get right into it. So we have the base chakra, and moving on, the 2 of Staffs and the 9 of Staffs, and the Emperor. All right, guys, so really the month of August financially is going to be about grounding yourself. And I know it's so easy to become ungrounded, especially in the summer months, because I love to go to concerts. I have been to, I think, 3 concerts already this summer. It's so easy to like get into like the concert life, the fun life, the partying, and the spending of the coin, right? But honestly, besides connecting with your base chakra and really becoming grounded, it's more so about becoming disciplined. So honestly, I think the month of August is going to be a month of transcending for you guys, because you're kind of moving on from like this old former self that you really don't even feel connected to or want to be at this point. It's kind of like you've been almost going through the motions, and the universe is really calling you in this reading to kind of, all right, move on from that way of life, and you know, kind of maybe grow up a little bit, but more so just get, you know, a little more responsible with your finances and make a solid decision as far as like what it is that you want to do, who do you want to be, what is enough money for you. This is what you're going to have to decide. I was just telling group 1 this. Everyone's dream isn't to have like a Maserati and a huge mansion, and to, you know, for me, my personal, you know, enough money for me is just like enough to be able to travel the world and experience new things. And I was just telling them, like, I don't care if I live in the same house that I'm living in now. I don't care, because you know, I will be fulfilled, because as long as I get to travel, if I have enough money for that, I don't need money for anything else, right? So that's what it means for me to move on. That means that maybe a few less concerts and more savings so that I can plan my next trip. Because when I think about it, you know, I'm like, oh, I haven't been on a trip in a while. I'm like itching to go somewhere. And it's like, I'm going to later this summer. I'm really excited about that. But, you know, the moving on card is really about like, all right, this is time to be responsible. So as far as finances, I think you're really going to be buckling down, making solid plans, and kind of addressing the grown-up things that aren't really fun to talk about, like savings, snoozicle, right? But it's necessary. The month of August is really going to be making a solid plan financially for yourself. You can know what it is that you want and where you want to be all you want, but if you have no game plan to get there, you're going to be shooting in the dark, and it's going to be really hard for you. And I'm definitely seeing that there's going to be some resistance. You know, really, this Knight of Staffs card is all about, you know, resistance. You're so close to having everything that you want. You almost have all 10 staffs or wands, but you know, we have this card in reverse, so it's showing me that there's definitely going to be some resistance as far as like actually doing the things that you have to do in order to get where you want to be. But the universe is really calling you to do it, honestly. With this base chakra, ground yourself and move on from, you know, kind of this old way of life so that we can get to the real bag, the bag that you want. I told you guys what my definition of getting the bag is: just enough money to travel. I'm pretty low maintenance in that regard. But what is the bag to you? Do you want a G-Wagon? Is that your goal? Do you want your own apartment? Do you want an upgrade on your car? Like, what is it that you want, right? That's kind of what you're going to have to address, and the universe is like, I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Two of Staffs here. You know, you can go either direction, but you're kind of torn between the two, honestly. If you look at the card, he's holding both of these wands in either direction, and he's kind of being like pulled in both directions. So quite honestly, it's like you can see the end goal. If you look at the card, I'm not gonna put it up there again and try to make it focus, but there's a mountain at the end. Think of the mountain as your pot of gold. You can see that, but you don't know which direction to go to get there. The universe is calling you to make a solid plan, you know what I'm saying, and do research. And that's not the fun part, but you know, unless you're born into it, people don't inherit, you know what I'm saying, a bag. So in order to get to the money, you're really gonna have to, you know, make a solid plan to get there. And we have the Emperor in reverse. Life, you know, there's so many ways to get the one same thing. There's so many different avenues you can go down, but honestly, this card is showing me that you may be trying to force something to happen the way that you want it to. Like maybe you want, you know, say you've been manifesting $5,000. You've been manifesting $5,000 and you haven't shown the universe that you're willing to put in any effort to get the money, right? You're just, you know, manifesting, doing maybe some spell work and things like that, and those can help, okay? Like, honey, doing all of those things can definitely help, but sometimes the universe really does call you to prove that you're worthy of all these things that you want, you know what I mean? So it knows you're worthy, but it wants you to prove that you're willing to do it, and it's wanting you to prove that if I give you a bag, are you going to fumble it? Are you going to squander it? Or do you have all this hard work to back you up, meaning you've done all of this, so now once you get it, you're really going to appreciate it, right? It's kind of like one of those kind of things. So we have this Emperor. It goes from kind of just like strong, disciplined energy to like more forceful and abusive type of energy. So it's like you're trying to like make things happen the way that you want them to, or you have like these super high expectations of how things are supposed to happen for you, when the universe basically has another plan for you. And the universe really wants you to connect with yourself, reground yourself, kind of regroup, right? And move on from your old self in order to get what it is that you really want. I have this post on my Instagram that really touched me when I read it. It said, you can't open new doors with old ways, or something like that, which really just shows like you have to grow and you have to change in order to get these new opportunities. So if you want this $5,000 and that's what you've been manifesting, why do you think that you can get that you know what I'm saying, being the exact same person that you were yesterday. The whole point of waking up to a new day and, you know, being given a new day is to experience new things, to constantly change and evolve and grow and ascend, guys. So the universe is really calling you to do that. And once you do that, that's when the money and the changes and the career, you know, changes are going to really start coming to you. So the universe is just looking for you to basically just put in a little bit of effort, you know what I'm saying, and ground yourself. We love a grounded queen, okay? April showers bring May flowers. All right, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, DM my Instagram if you want a private reading. They're just $20, okay? $20. And yeah, comment below what video you want to see next. Also, be on the lookout for my other videos. This week I am going to be doing a love reading for the month of August, and then I'm also going to be doing a overall life reading for the month of August, so that's where the real tea is. But yeah, I thank you so much for watching this video, and we're gonna move on. Okay, we're gonna move on to group 3. Okay, group 3, what is in store for you in the month of August in terms of finances, money, career, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into the tea. All right, group 3, we're about to get into the tea. What is your bag going to be looking like in the month of August? Okay, so we have fulfillment of wishes. Love that. That's a great start. Okay, the throat chakra, the 9 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh my God, you guys have so much going on. We're about to get into the tea. Let me show you these cards and we'll get right into it, okay? Fulfillment of wishes and the throat chakra, the 9 of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. So honestly, usually when I start a reading, I like to start with the oracle cards, but honestly, these tarot cards just have too many messages for me to start with the oracle. So let's get right into the tarot. So I know this is not a love reading, and this does not have to apply to love like in the least bit, but honestly, I feel like there has been some, oh, what's the word? It's almost like you guys have been boxed in, whether it be from your circumstances. Maybe you didn't have everything that, you know, a lot of people that you see have. Like maybe you grew up and you didn't have, you know, financially the best of a situation to kind of bring you into this world. And I relate, okay? I am the child of a single mother, and it taught me, you know, to have a hard work ethic. It taught me so much, and really, I had to, but you know, I had to watch my mom struggle to take care of me, and luckily she had a great family that was there to support her. But I totally get it if that's you guys. But honestly, yeah, we have this 9 of Swords in reverse. It's really kind of like boxed in, restrained energy. So quite honestly, I'm getting the idea that maybe you guys, you know, feel like you've been boxed in. Maybe your family sees something for you that you don't see for yourself, and their pressure is really kind of weighing on you to do a certain thing, in terms of like career more so, or school. Also, with this, it's like maybe, you know, you grew up like me, or, you know, maybe even worse. I mean, I didn't have the hardest upbringing, don't get me wrong, but maybe you grew up like in an inner city that is dangerous, and, you know, you don't have a lot of money, your family doesn't come from money. But I'm just getting the idea that things are unbalanced in the sense that you guys don't have all the resources that you need. I'm getting, whether that's, you know, support from your family, or you literally don't have like the guapo, you know what I'm saying, the money. I'm getting out of control with all these words for money. And then with the 10 of Swords, you know, okay, the good thing is though, the good thing about these things is the cards are in reverse, so we're moving on from that. But we have to kind of address the way things were in order to address how things are and how they're going to progress. So But we have this Ten of Swords, which is really showing me that, you know, you feel really beaten down by the world. You feel like you've been trying to get a promotion. You've been trying to get money, you know what I'm saying? Get money, yeah, yeah. Get money, yeah, yeah. Like, you've been trying to get money. If you guys haven't seen that video, you probably think I'm psychotic. And surprise, I am! But, so we have this Ten of Swords, which really... God. We have this Ten of Swords that really just shows that, you know, maybe you've kind of been backstabbed, or like, you know, like just things aren't fair. Like, you're at a disadvantage, essentially. The good thing is we're finally starting to, in the month of August, you're finally going to be starting to not only speak up with yourself. I'm really excited to get into the throat chakra card. Not only speak up for yourself, but you're going to start to break the chains, break these karmic cycles, because that's a real thing. You can experience things in your current life from cycles that have not been completed in past lives, or even in this life, things that you haven't addressed, things that you haven't, you know what I'm saying, dealt with. It's a very real thing that you have to break those cycles in order to be able to move on from them. But the good thing is we're definitely starting to break these chains. We're not feeling so boxed in anymore. We're kind of starting to come into ourselves and realize that there's so many ways not only to make money, especially with online popping off. There's so many ways to make money online, you know what I'm saying? But also, like, you know, you're starting to really address like what your situation is, and I keep getting like come up. It's like you're on a come up, you know what I'm saying? And then we have this Ace of Cups in reverse. That's why I was saying in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying this doesn't have to apply to relationships, but you know, the Ace of Cups, it's number one, right? It's the ultimate overflowing cup, the ultimate love. And I think that, quite honestly, this card in this spread is representing maybe heartbreak. So quite honestly, you know, maybe you're finally moving past that heartbreak, but that whatever it is, you know, even if it's in your past, even if you're hurt really by a friend or by a supervisor that just does not won't move their bucket headed, you know what I'm saying, self out of the way so you can, you know, level up. There's some hurt, and because of that hurt, it's kind of pushing you 10 times forward into the stratosphere. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're taking all the way off because you're using that hurt in a good way, and you're channeling all of that energy, even if it's negative energy, you're channeling it and you're using it as fuel to really push you into making your goals. So I had to address all of that stuff. I know it was a lot to unpack, but first of all, this is definitely going to be a phase of fulfillment of wishes for you. So this is a very good time for you guys. This is a time where truly you are getting the things that you've been hoping and wishing for. So I don't know if you guys have been doing your manifestation, but it makes so much sense that this is coming into you, into your life during August, because, you know, really all you can do is manifest during retrogrades unless you're really not affected by them, which some people have it like in their chart, retrograde energy or things like that, so they can handle them a lot better. Even if it's just the hype that's stressing you out, or like the people you're trying to deal with, they're really affected by retrograde, it makes total sense that the month of August is really going to be like a time where you're finally going to get the things that you've been wanting and hoping for, because we'll be done with all of that nasty energy. And then also a big part of this for you guys is going to be to use your voice. So honestly, singer just popped in my head. So if you have dreams of being, you know, a singer, really do work on it. Excuse me. I was talking to someone the other day and we were trying to like brainstorm, because when I do private readings, I like to brainstorm about how I can improve the situation. Like, what can we think up together that can improve your situation? So I was talking to this girl. She's always had dreams of wanting to be a singer, but she just didn't know what she could do with her circumstances. And trust me, honey, you know, it would be very difficult. Well, I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you start your own blog? And that way people can introduce themselves to you, and then maybe even start your own YouTube channel, like doing covers. Like, that was not left in 2008. YouTube has so many, and there's so many platforms that are coming up that are really about to go stupid, go crazy, but YouTube is a great start. Like, whatever it is that you can do. And she's like, well, I don't really like to show my face. And I'm like, the gag is you don't have to. What other talents that you have? She's like, well, I can draw and I can do a little bit of graphic animation. I'm like, perfect, girl. Create, you know, like these visuals for your art. And we were really going in, and I just put all those ideas into the universe. But it's fine, because not everyone can do it, not everyone's gonna want to do it, and not everyone's gonna put towards the effort that it takes to actually do all of that. So period. It's just an example, but really, you know, this is going to be a time where things just kind of flourish and take off for you, but you're going to have a voice, right? So singing just popped into my head, but more so as far as communication, you're going to be communicating with other people, networking about what you want. And a great thing also to do is to, like, you know, download, there's this app called Meetup, and you can meet all sorts of people who have kind of like the same interests as you. Interests is not a word. Boo. So one of the apps that I personally have, I think it's called Dongle. It's like you can chat with people across other countries. So I can speak a little bit of Japanese. I'm fluent in French, fluent in English, and I'm pretty fluent in Spanish. I speak a lot of languages. And so I downloaded that app because I love to travel, and I wanted to meet people in other cultures and kind of see, like, what's the real tea as far as, like, you know, what's going on over there. That was a way that connected me towards my goals, because I did that before I ever went on my first big trip. My first big trip was to Japan, and that was the first time I really, like, went kind of balls to the wall and just went stupid, went crazy, and went all the way across the world, because I live in the United States. So for me, that was my baby step towards getting me just talking to people. You got to be kind of creative with it, but you really have to communicate and socialize with other people. People can help you in crazy ways, especially if you work a customer service job. That's why it's so important to be nice to every person, because not only are you working there, right? You got to start somewhere. You're working there. You might as well make it the best. But not only that, but also you never know who you can run into. You really don't. So definitely communicate. This is going to be a time of communication and really kind of stepping out of your comfort zone, but it's really going to bring you this fulfillment of wishes. And group 3, I know we started so heavy, but you guys deserve it. You truly deserve it. You've been through so much, and so much maybe, like, your version of so much maybe, you know, nothing to someone else, because they've had, you know, more extreme situations. But it's not about that. It's about how things made you feel. And just know you're going to be moving past whatever this, you know, kind of negative past energy is. You're going to be moving past these blockages. So that was a lot, group 3. Please DM my Instagram if you want a private reading. They're just $20. Also, like this video and stay tuned for my videos for the rest of the week. I'm going to be doing a love reading for the month of August, and then I'm also going to be doing like a overall life reading where we're really going to get into the tea of what you guys are going to be going through in August. But I thank you so much for watching, and yeah, for now we're going to move on to group 4. Okay, what is the bag going to be looking like for you in the month of August? This is career, this is finances, this is overall just money and wealth. Let's get right into it. All right, group 4. So we have prosperity begins. Love her. Spiritual union. Okay. The 10 of coins in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician in reverse. Very interesting. All right, let me show you these cards and we'll get right into it. So we have prosperity begins and spiritual union. And then we have the 10 of coins in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. So this is very interesting because there's kind of like some conflicting energy. So quite honestly, I'm thinking that there may be like a battle between like your past self and who you want to be, or your current self and where you're planning to be in the future. And it makes total sense that those would contradict themselves, because unless you want to be exactly where you are in the future, then, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna look different. But let's get into the tea, okay? So, where do I want to start? All right, so quite honestly, I'm getting the idea that you guys may be in a lack mindset, you know, a lower vibrational kind of, and when I say low vibrational, if it confuses you guys, because I say that quite a bit, there's charts all over online that you can find, and it has like different kinds of emotions, and it'll kind of like show you what generally, right, vibration you're kind of running off. So but I'm getting the idea that it's almost like you have everything that you want, but you don't appreciate it or you don't see it. So it's like you have everything that you need, right? But you're not able to manifest it into existence to where you can see it in the physical world. It's like, you know, it's possible. So say you've been manifesting like $5,000. You're manifesting $5,000, but we have this magician in reverse. So it's like you're not getting the things that, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to manifest into your life because you're focused on the fact that you don't have them. The key is with manifestation is when you manifest, first of all, you want to speak things as if you already have them. That's number one rule, numero uno. But second of all, you also want to be doing things that make you happy in the meantime, first of all, so you're not so focused on what you don't have, so that you can kind of open your heart, open your mind, open, you know, a portal up of yourself for the universe to actually send to you what you're looking for. So I'm getting the idea that you guys have been working on something for a while, and I think you're finally going to start to get it in the month of August with this Prosperity Begins card. But I'm also getting this Spiritual Union card. Now, when I usually get this card, especially in a love reading, honey, I usually think that, you know, this card is really pointing to like a soulmate, soul ties kind of connection. But for you guys, I'm getting divine messages as we speak, and I'm honestly feeling like this spiritual union is going to be you connecting with your higher self. Your higher self, first of all, is always working in your highest and greatest good, but your higher self is all about that third eye chakra and seeing things, right? Seeing things materialize. So I think that the month of August is going to be a time where you're really connecting with your spiritual self, and you're able to kind of like build this bond where you can see that you have everything that you want, so you can just grab it, right? Manifestation is going to start to really happen for you quickly. Like you're really going to enter a new phase where you're not so focused on what you don't have, and because of that, right, you're gonna really get everything that you've been wanting and hoping for. I'm thinking that this spiritual union is really with yourself. It's going to be a time where you're going to kind of, you know, ask yourself, what is it that I actually want? What is it that I actually need, and what am I willing to do to get it? Well, you're gonna have to really work on yourself to get to this point, so that your manifestations can come true. And connecting with your guides can also help this, because they can guide you like to make the changes and to take the steps that you need to take to get what it is that you want. So the $5,000 was just an example, but you know, whatever it is that you're wanting, whether it's a new career, totally different in a different field, whether it's to change your major in school, whether it's to just have a bag, you know what I'm saying, just fall into your lap, you're still going to have to make some sort of effort. You know, you're most likely not going to find $5,000 just on the side of the road. But if you put toward an effort, and this is just an example now, I'm not telling you how to go bankrupt, but you know, if you to go to a gas station and you buy a lottery ticket, that's a way that you can show the universe, like, I'm willing to do what it is that I need to do. Because, you know, often I think manifesting people think like, you know, manifesting is all about things just happening to you, but a lot of times you do have to work on it. So manifesting is going to be an important part of this entire, you know, kind of the money drip drip coming to you, you know what I'm saying, that bread. But you know, you're gonna have to work at it a little bit. And then also we have the Ace of Swords. I love this for you guys because this is really a victory card, right? This is a card of really being in your power too. It's number one, you're putting yourself first. You're connecting in all parts you know, of the universe. You're connecting with all parts of yourself, including your higher self and your shadow self. Okay, I was just talking to one of the other groups about connecting with their shadow selves, but really it's really about having unison and unity in your entire life. And once you have that, that's when you're really going to start to see things. And also in the month of August, with this Prosperity Begins card showing up, that's really showing me that, you know, something is going to kind of happen to you, something that you really don't have to work for too crazy hard, like go stupid, go crazy, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have to like really try too hard at it. The universe is gonna throw you like some blessings, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's also going to help you. That's also going to help you, because once you start to kind of raise that vibration to a positive energy, positive mindset, once you're in that kind of realm, that's when the prosperity can come to you. So just work on opening yourself up and remaining like happy and finding something that makes you happy. I love to work out. That is my happy place. I love to throw in my headphones and jam out and go hard, okay, on the elliptical. I have lost so much weight in the last month with just eating healthy and working out. So I definitely recommend that you do whatever it is that makes you happy. If what it is that makes you happy is, you know what I'm saying, something that's maybe a little more unconventional, do that. You know, if it's fanning out over BTS or Beyonce, join a Facebook group where they just fan out all doggone day, because that's going to bring you happiness. If you like celebrity tea, you know what I'm saying, you know, watch YouTube videos. There's plenty of YouTube channels that love to just spill the tea all day. Whatever it is that makes you happy, connect with that, because once you do that, you're gonna subconsciously open the portal for all the blessings that's going to happen to you. But regardless, things are going to be happening, right? Prosperity is beginning, but the level of prosperity, the amount of abundance you receive is kind of up to you. So, you know what I'm saying, you really want to work at it. All right, group 2, yeah, DM my Instagram if you want a private reading. They're just $20. I'd be telling y'all, okay, to let go of that $20. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the week. I'm going to be doing a video on a love prediction for August, and then I'm also going to be doing a video for an overall reading of like kind of your life in the month of August. So stay tuned for that, tea, because we are going to get into it, honey. Period poo. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Also comment below what video you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, Mwah!